Do you think we're still happy you were able to get into the draft today?
Yes, we're very excited we were able to bring aboard the players that we were. So we're very excited. We're going to have a lot of competition at a lot of different spots come preseason, and it should be a lot of fun, a lot of youth that we're bringing into the team. So it's very exciting.
You've took two defenders today. Is that any sort of an indication that you're concerned that Matt Miazga might be leaving?
No, we actually had a lot of the homegrown players that we signed. They either played midfield or striker, and so if you take those guys coupled in with the guys that we drafted, it's a pretty balanced group. So, and that was really the thinking that went into the players that we drafted and where they played.
And what do you like about the two guys you picked today?
Well, first and foremost, we think they're good guys. Really good human beings that can fit well with our group. And also in the locker room, and so first and foremost, they're good guys, and we like what they can do. They're good soccer players, and we're looking forward to getting them into to preseason to start that process. So it should be a lot of fun, and they should fit the way we play very well. So we'll have to get them going into preseason.
What was it about Zach that impressed you in particular? Anything?
We know Zach very well. We've been following him for a while. He actually played for the same club team that I played for. And we know a lot of guys in the Michigan State area just from local connections. He's big, he's strong, he's good in the tackle. So we'll have to get him up to speed on exactly the way we play and our style of play, but we think he could be a really talented player, and he's got a lot of upside. So he'll have to earn it for sure, but we think really highly of him.
A good chance that some of these guys might end up on the USL team, or?
There's a chance that every player on our team at some point, ends up on the USL team. It just all depends on kind of one, players' development and where they are, and then also just kind of situationally what happens with injuries and call-ups and a lot of those types of things. Part of the reason why we have the USL team is not just for, development, but also for, if a guy gets injured, maybe he needs to rehab and get him a game or two with the USL team. So, if you look at our team last year, you would say that there's a likelihood that some of our younger players, their first year as pros, are probably going to get some reps with the USL team.
So it's a nice luxury to have that team to develop these guys.
It's awesome, and that team is only going to get stronger and going to get better, and we're going to get more sophisticated with that team. So we're looking forward to getting that team going as well. But yeah, it should be exciting.
Do you foresee any other changes to the roster, any additions, or are you pretty well set?
We feel really, really good with the group, right now. But you never know. You can never say never. Maybe we change one or two. I'm not sure at this point. But we feel really, really good with the group, and I think you can see that based on, the core group of guys that we were able to bring back for this season. And you've seen some of the re-signings. You'll probably see a few more re-signings in the next week or in the next couple days.
Your preseason players will be in Florida, elsewhere?
Yeah, no, we're going to be in Florida. We'll spend a couple weeks in Orlando, come back to New York, New Jersey area, then we'll go back to Florida, spend a little bit more time there, and then we'll come back, and we've got our home opener on March 6th, and looking forward to playing against Toronto FC.
Any tournaments you'll be participating in? Could you talk about?
We're not in any tournaments, but we do have a few games that we're scheduling, and we're also trying to schedule a few more games as well. So, yeah.
Thank you very much.
So, earlier you said you guys were looking for defensive depth. Obviously, both of that with this pick. How do you kind of envision the backline, especially with Cardinals coming off the ACL injury?
Yeah.
Duvall's looking off injury. How do you see the backline shaping up this year?
Well, we have depth, and certainly now with these two additions, it makes it even deeper. Damian, we hope will be ready by the end of May. Zach helps us bolster that depth until we get Damian back. Both Carl we met and Matt Miazga have national team responsibilities at different times. We think Chris Duvall will be back and be healthy and ready to go for preseason. So all in all, when you look at the back line now, I think we've been able to solidify most of the positions and feel like moving forward we've got good youth that'll be ready in a few years to start to take things over.
With the signings and the homegrown players, is it a look away from the draft, a push away from the emphasis on the draft?
Well, as long as it's a resource, we're gonna put energy into it and use it the best way we can, which we think we've done today. With our realistic players that we had in mind. These were our top 2 targets. So we feel really good about how this draft played out for us, and we think we just added 2 good players to our system.
So you think you can get good value in the second round in the draft?
Yeah, I still think so. We rated Zach very highly of the center backs. And there's still enough good players coming through. Now, obviously with the homegrown system, the depth gets weakened a little bit, but there's still gems out there, and it's our jobs as scouts and coaches to identify who those are and who fits into our system, and then to help them understand how to grow.
Well, obviously you people fight for positions in camp and all that, but do you see most of your starting team being more or less the same as last year?
I think we're going to have a much busier schedule than we had last year, so we're going to require more rotation. We're going to tactically shift a few things, play with probably more flexibility in our formation. So, we want to continue to build in the sophistication as to how we play and who we are.
Did you see anything in the loss to Columbus that made you want to change? Maybe the midfield seemed to not play as well as
when I look at the Columbus series, Columbus in general, they challenge the way we play and we challenge the way they play. Now, if you were to ask me throughout the series, they abandoned the way they played because they didn't feel they could hold up against us, and they now game plan to play against us. Fair enough, but I also think that they had some breaks in that series that allowed them to gain the upper hand, and give them credit for that. And there's certainly no looking back right now, and only thinking about looking forward and how to continue to be good at what we do, and build sophistication into who we are.
So it's the same basic model with maybe a few tweaks? Or?
Yeah.
You guys have no picks right now in the 3rd or 4th round. Do you feel comfortable enough with your position that you're not going to go after any picks?
Yeah, I would say yes. There's a couple other interesting players out there that we like. We're hopeful that maybe they don't get drafted. We also have, so if you count our homegrown players plus our 2 draft picks, we've now infused 8 rookies into our team. So, and I think that there's a lot of our homegrown players that would have been first-round picks. So, we feel good about how we've gotten through the last couple months, and it's made us stronger as a team and as a club. Good.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.